shards don't even get you through one event, so have that in mind as well. Wait, is there 2 of them? Did this pop out twice? What in the plarium? Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. I wanted to make this video today because I went ahead and made a fusion tracker for you guys. You can actually use this to track your progress if you're going for the Emic trunk heart fusion. So this will definitely help you out to keep progress. Make sure you don't miss any of these fragments because this is a hybrid type of fusion. It's not a normal one. We need to not only collect the fragments for the epics, all right, and start summoning those epics up. Yeah, there she is. You need to collect 400 fragments to start going for the fusion, right? You need to collect 400 over the course of the 2 weeks that this will go on for. And then once you have those, you need to level up the champions you summon, and then you need to ascend them, and then you need to rank them up, ascend them again, get them to 50, and then you'll be able to fuse Emic. So let me show you what I've made. We already have some things going on, such as Summon Rush starting tomorrow. There's a Dungeon Diver starting in about 8 minutes. That's when you can actually start doing your dragon, which you can do for 2250 and get 25 fragments. But let me actually show you on how that will have to go in terms of the schedule, right? This is the schedule that Plarium provided, not the one I've made. This is the one I've made. I'll explain it in just a second and how you can use it. I'll give you guys a link in just a second. So this is the fusion event calendar. Right out the gate, we have 450 fragments available provided by Plarium. You need 400. What are those extra 50? Those extra 50 are only from that Summon Rush with extra champion fragments, Summon Rush event for 50 points during August 8 to August 10. That is very, very deceiving because that is not only a Summon Rush, it's going to be a difficult one, I'm guessing, and it's during the CBC. So if you want to skip out on the Summon Rush that we will have starting tomorrow, all right? Summon Rush starting tomorrow, and you want to skip out on the Champion Chase Tournament on August 11th to August the 14th, you can definitely do that and go for the Summon Rush there, okay? If you want to skip on any other 2 tournaments, which might give you 25 and 25 fragments, and just do lots of summons if you're a whale, you can also do that. It's all up to you. I'm not pressuring. I'm just saying there is no way to get this champion without doing summons. So unfortunately, if you don't have the shards, it's better to cut your losses and just do something else. Honestly, I'm just being honest here because you need to do the Summon Rush, you need to do the champion training, or you need to do the big Summon Rush. There's no way around it, guys. Unless you get very lucky with epics. You do summons, you get very lucky with epics, and you get one of the epics that are offered. But that is very low odds. I mean, you guys know the number of epics we have, and what are the odds of actually summoning the epic through, you know, a non-void summon, so ancients or sacreds. And who knows? They might do that new fragment, the new shard that we have. They might do like an event where she is part of the epics. I can see that by Plarium. I can see them doing that. But anyway, let me show you what I've done through the calendar and how you can track your progress. So this is a Google spreadsheet. So this makes it very easy for you to click here, make a copy, and then you can edit it to your own preferences. And what you edit here is basically your progress throughout. So all the events that you saw right here with the amount of fragments that are here, these obviously look much prettier than what I've made right here, but the difference is that here I can at least track, and when I click on, let me show you, once I'm done with Dungeon Divers, I click on complete there and it crosses it out, so I know I picked up 25 fragments. 25. You can come back to the spreadsheet before this is over, click on it again, and then you know, okay, I've picked up already 100 fragments. There's no chance with this way that you miss out on anything. So this is not my own template, by the way. I found it over from Reddit. I'll leave a link down below in the description as well if you want to make a complete one yourself. But this is not my own template. I just edited it to my own preferences and made it available for you guys. And then what I've made right here at the bottom is something that I want to discuss in terms of the focus that you want to be doing. So obviously, when the Dragon Tournament starts, which is today, August 3rd, it's going to be highlighting this column right here when the day exists. All right. So today this is highlighted, tomorrow the other day is highlighted. We're doing dragons, and we're also doing dungeon divers. All right. So dungeon divers is alongside dragon, so it doesn't really matter. The same thing goes for tomorrow. You still need to do dragon, dungeon divers. You're gonna have basically 4 days that you have available to do both of these. But at the same time, tomorrow we'll have a champion training which starts. So that will go on until August 8th. So you need to focus, either finish dragon first and then continue on finishing dungeon divers through champion training. So I have the focus right here at the bottom. And then you also need to do summons. So you cannot go through with this fusion without summons, guys. So summons, you'll have a couple of days to do this, but I mean, usually summons you'll finish by the first day that this is available. Then after that, guys, let me I'm editing it as I go, because this was from like a previous fusion. So after that, we'll also have an artifact enhancement which does not affect your energy storage. It's all about the silver that you have available. So during that time, you need to level up gear. So artifact enhancement, you need to do something there in order to finish that. And the arena one also starts at the same time on August 5th. Okay, so have that in mind, that you also need to do arena, and all of these go on for the next 4 days. And as you're doing that, the ice column starts on August 6th. So that's when you can double dip in points in terms of whether you finished the dungeon divers first. But I doubt that the ice column starts while the dungeon divers is going, so don't wait for that one to go for it. So I would say you still have some days to finish the ice column, and you might also have the chance to do ice column here at the same time this new summon, this new dungeon divers start. So on August 7th right here, you can start doing ice column, I would say. And then it's dungeon divers again. So it might be close, it might be tight there, but if you handle your energy right, you should be able to do everything except for the summoning ones. As usual, the summoning ones is where they get you in raid. So you do dungeon divers, and then the ice column ends and the dungeon divers continues. You might not get enough points through just the ice column, but don't worry, because you also have the Fire Knight here, which also starts, and you can actually double dip there with Fire Knight and dungeon divers and do it at the same time. But remember, there's 3 different dungeon divers that you'll need to worry about. So it is quite a difficult one in terms of getting the points for dungeon divers usually, because we don't get a lot of points at that time. So let me just delete everything here, make it easier for you guys to see. And remember, artifact enhancement also requires you to have about 20 to, I would say, 25 million silver. That's an average, I would say. Sometimes you need lower amounts, sometimes you need more. It depends what kind of gear or artifacts you're leveling up. So artifact enhancement, we've got 3 of them, so have that in mind. Fire Knight, you'll be farming as well for the next couple of days. And the champion training starts on here Friday, August 11th. All right, so Fire Knight, you'll have a couple of days to do that. Champion training, you'll have even more than that, I would say, all the way here to do champion training. And summons, you'll have to do, as I said, you cannot skip through the summons. You'll have to do them if you're going for this Void champion, which I think is a well worth champion. He opens up unkillable for you guys. He has a cooldown reduction. So if that's something missing from your kits, then this fusion is something that you should try if you have the shards. If you don't have the shards, honestly, is a lost game from now. I know it, and you guys should realize it before you start going for some of the epics. The epic by itself does not really provide any kind of utility, so also have that in mind, that the epic is not something amazing that you just can't skip, right? So spider is also something that you need to worry about. And look at that, I'm adding it there. And you can follow this as your daily priorities that you need to be doing. You make sure that you're doing all events and all tournaments at the same time. The ones that are usually the most difficult ones are the dungeon divers, because those require like a ton of points compared to the double dipping that you're doing. Sometimes you'll finish the tournament, but the Dungeon Divers event is not finished, so you might have to go and do something else, or you'll have to consider what other kinds of events and tournaments are coming up in the next day, so you can double dip your points, continue with the double dip during that time. So that's when, for example, the Fire Night tournament coincides with the next Dungeon Divers, and the Spider also starts, so you don't need to finish it doing Fire Night. So you might finish Fire Night here, but there's a Spider one that you can continue. There's a champion training that all you do is going to be double dipping with Dungeon Divers, guys. Just have that in mind. And the fusion should be over by this time. By August the 16th, actually a little bit earlier, you might be able to finish. Depends if you summon more, you might even finish it way earlier. You also need some potions, right? I'm not gonna tell you how much energy you guys need, but the potions, I've already shared an image over through as a community post on my channel. But if you haven't caught that, then what I will show you is here the potions that you might need. If you have zero potions, zero potions, then you need to farm potions. And I've also placed in here on which dungeons from the potions are open during the respective day, so you might have to consider that at the same time. But if let's say you've got like 50 graded potions already and then 12 superior ones, then you do need to still farm for some graded potions from the arcane, so arcane potion dungeon, and the force ones, especially here during the force days, which is Mondays and Fridays. All right, Mondays and Fridays we're still out of potions. Remember to go there, or else you'll need to consider opening up a dungeon so you can get those potions. And the last day for that will probably be here, August the 14th, to be able to farm, you know, tons of potions to have available. So have that in mind, guys, that this is not going to be an easy fusion. I'm seeing it already in terms of, you know, the summoning requirements, but I think it's going to be doable if you are okay with that. Oh, and look, of course, they'll have an epic, an Emic fusion pack. Like all of these shards don't even get you through one event, so have that in mind as well. Wait, is there two of them? Did this pop out twice? What in the plarium? No, it's only once. Okay, so there's the Dungeon Divers. Let's have a look at how many points you need. 3,700. That's a lot of points, by the way, but it's the price that we never always had this. So that's a price we're used to in the last couple of fusions and fragment collections, where the 3,700, 3,500 mark was the amounts that we needed. And I'm expecting the same thing with the artifact enhancement, where we will need about 4,700 or so points through that one. So just have that in mind, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you found this helpful and you want to use this spreadsheet for your own tracking and everything of the fusion, as I've done here, so you can track which ones you've completed and which ones you haven't yet, then definitely check out the links in the description. I'll put that out for you guys. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.